And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. It is Wednesday, hump day. So almost to the end of the week here for all the things that we're doing as far as the weekend goes. Can't wait to get there. And that means one step closer to the start of high school football. We're coming up on that. It's going to be the Silsbee Tigers and the Fighter Pirates coming up this week on CajunCountryRadio.com. Yours truly and Robbie Lynn, and of course our friend Kevin Mercado on the call. Looking forward to that. CajunCountryRadio.com pregame show at 6:30 this Friday night. And looking forward to just a great high school football season. All home and away games for the Pirates will be on that very station there. We're presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey, MitchMacs.com, and of course our friends at Hank Jr. Productions. Appreciate all the work that our sponsors do out there live on the YouTube channel. And of course, I guess my personal page, the sportsguyspodcast.com. And everywhere you can find podcasts out there, pleased to welcome in our guest today, featured artist, Sophia Fracassi joins us here on the program. Sophia, how are things going?
Hi, everything's going great. I'm so happy to be here right now. It's like
Glad to have you
refreshing
too.
to talk to people and play music is what I needed today.
Well, it's good. It's good. We're going to talk a lot about music and then some because this EP is, I'm going to go on record and just say one of the best EPs that has ever been put together for great music out there. And there's really, you left it out there, your heart on the sleeve, what have you, and your feelings, the emotions, it really tunes in a lot of different directions. Let's start right there because putting this together for that first kind of full-length EP, which came out July 22nd, what was it like kind of stepping in the studio, choosing the songs for this record?
Well, I think my favorite thing about this story of this EP coming together is we never intended from the get-go for it to turn into a full collection of songs. I just started writing and we kind of released as they were written. So there was never an original intention of, okay, we're going to do a 6-track EP. This is how it's going to go. It just sort of evolved into what it is now. And the songs just ended up all fitting together because it was sort of one story that I was writing continuously about my own life and experiences.
When you really look down and you guys pick some special songs with some really good titles there, of course, Marathon is the title track. And I think that really speaks dividends for people that have been through just, I don't know, relationships in good or bad. But at the same time, the photo kind of explains that life is that way. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Exactly.
And you really kind of get the feel of the meaning of that song. And I'm sure you guys had fun recording that.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I mean, being in the studio, it's such a special kind of feeling that you get when you get to create something like that. And I think one of my favorite moments as far as recording the track Marathon was the strings arrangement that was done near the end of the track for around the last like 30-40 seconds. And we never really expected it to end up sounding that full at the end. It just sort of was like a happy accident, and I think it adds a lot of impact to the piece of music.
Talk a little bit about your influences. I mean, you really remind me of somebody who's been doing this for probably 10, 15 years. You're very confident in what you do. It shows in when you sing, it shows in the writing, it shows a lot in the lyrics of the songs that you get to listen to. You're very confident. Is that indicative of some of your favorite artists?
I don't know. I've got a lot of inspirations for different reasons. Like I really admire some of the, like original greats, Joni Mitchell, Carole King, those original female singer-songwriters who kind of like carved the path for, younger people like me to feel like that's something we could actually try and do with our lives. And I admire a lot of people who are, currently, still standing up in the industry. People like Taylor Swift who have built a really solid career for themselves and stayed true to who they are and their values. I think is something that I really admire as an artist.
I like how you really get down to the nitty gritty. I mean, like the knuckles, the brass in the songs. It's like you write about what you know, and you really want your fans to kind of feel the emotions and the different feelings coming out of your voice to sing the different songs you put out there. Is it just kind of that easy? You pretty much write what you know?
I think so, yeah. I mean, there's definitely been times where I've kind of had to sit and like bash my head against the piano a couple times, like, let's get this out, people. But honestly, that's how I process my emotions. It's kind of like a journal. And it's like a diary that I just let everybody read. It's my own experiences, thoughts, feelings, and then I process them by writing them into music. And so that's how it turned into an entire EP of songs.
It has, and like I said, it starts off with "Wish I Never Met You," which is one of my favorites on there. Was that kind of like that was the go-to song? That was something that was going to lead off the record, set the tone for the rest of the album.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said before, like when we released it, we weren't sure whether anything was going to turn into an EP. It was sort of like, let's see how this goes, see if we want to make more. I signed on to my record label in the middle of, or at the very beginning of 2020, which is when all of the COVID madness hit. And it felt very much, you know, we had no idea what was going to happen. So it was a little bit cautious in how we kind of unrolled everything. But as far as Wish I Never Met You, I think it's just sort of the start to a story. Like it represents any kind of initial pain or heartbreak that you feel. I'd like to think it could represent anything and not specifically a person or a relationship gone wrong. It could be any situation you wish like that you hadn't encountered.
Well, I know you're going to perform a couple for us, and we'll set you up right now for the first one. It is the title track here on the record. Again, it's Sophia Fracassi. You can find the record across all the digital platforms wherever you guys stream or download music. Make sure you go check that out. It's Marathon, the title track, and it is all yours.
I'm ready for it. Just give me one moment.
Take your time.
Something about the food you make tastes like summer and sitting by a lake. Something about the time you take care of me that way. I hope that I catch up to you someday. Something about the way you look, like some woman wrote you in a book. Something about the time you took to take care of me that way. I hope that I catch up to you someday. 'Cause loving you is like a marathon. You always win, you're never wrong. You're like a poem, like a song that I could never write. But I'll be dead or I'll be gone before I learn how to move on. If you'll ever leave me hanging on, even though you know well. 'Cause loving you is like a marathon. Something about the steering wheel, with your hands so steady and your thoughts so clear. Something about the way I feel when I'm standing by your side. I know there's nowhere I could run and hide. Oh, I know there's nowhere I could run and hide. 'Cause loving you is like a marathon. You always win, you're never wrong. You're like a poem, like a song that I could never write. But I'll be dead or I'll be gone before I learn how to move on. If you ever leave me hanging on, even though you never will. 'Cause loving you is like a marathon.
Love that song. It's all right there. We got a little feedback, no problem. But like I said, the song nonetheless is very good, and definitely you guys can check it out. Title track of the new EP from Sophia Fracassi out there. We're going to take a quick time out here on the Backstage Pass. We'll come back after a word from our sponsors. Of course, next week, don't forget Big Show September 3rd. We're glad to be a part of too. Ticketbud.com. You get tickets with the great Chris Cagle, Andy Griggs, two great country artists out there going to be a part of a big time Cajun night, country night in Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Pedrati's Ranch. More information, you can go to thesportsguyspodcast.com or check us out on Facebook and check out our partner Full Circle Moments LLC for tickets. We're coming back. A word from our sponsors here. More with Sophia. We're going to break down a few more songs on Marathon, do rapid fire, and a whole lot more. Actually, perform one more song. Coming right back here on the show. Hang tight.
The Bangtail Pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And, of course, next week, about 4 o'clock, each shows will go on. Monday, Chris Cagle. Tuesday, Andy Griggs. And here in a few weeks, powerhouse Canadian country artist Megan Patrick right here on the Backstage Pass. So a big one. We roped her in, went fishing, and we got her. She's a huge Buffalo Bills fan, so we're going to get along just fine here on this show if you like NFL. I'm a Cardinal fan, so like I said, really it's different conferences for us. We'll talk Bills football with Megan Patrick here on the Backstage Pass. Another great Canadian country artist who's kicking ass and taking names out there. Kind of like our guest today, Sophia Fracassi here on the program. The new EP is Marathon. Make sure you guys go check it out across all the digital platforms. So, yeah, we'll have some tickets to give away for the big show September 3rd at Pedrati's Ranch in San Antonio, Texas. Chris Cagle, Andy Griggs, Saturday night under the stars in San Antonio. That's a good night. I wish you were there playing a concert and opening for him. That'd be great.
Oh, trust me, I would sell a limb to be there right now.
It's beautiful in Texas on Saturday night. As long as there's no rain, like I said, it's a little outdoor venue. It's nice out there
that's
too.
So nice.
Yeah, we're gonna give away little giveaways, ticket packs next week for people
amazing.
to go up there.
Go.
I don't know, might even have some meet and greets. But you guys can go to ticketbud.com and fullcirclemomentsllc.com for more information on that, and also the SportsGuysPodcast.com and any of our social media out there for official Backstage Pass. Let me ask you about a song on there that really, I know you guys released as a single off of Marathon called Somebody. And this really takes people all in different directions, and it really makes them feel a lot of what you've gone through. And to me, it's like, yeah, I guess there's somebody for everybody out there, which there is. But man, this was a true song, and it hit me right here. I mean, it really did.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I apologize, but also I don't. Yeah, that does about sum it up. What you're saying. I mean, it's about loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
It's about wanting, not just anybody, but somebody that actually understands you and cares for you, that you can be vulnerable with. I think that's a big one. And I think part of somebody is understanding that it's okay to be lonely and it's okay to acknowledge those feelings.
Which I loved about it too. Like I said, it took me, it brought it into your world, man. Listeners that hear that song is, I mean, that's, loneliness really summed that up too. If I had no other word to describe what that is out
okay?
there. Well, I mean, I'm not lonely. I'm just saying happily married and everything else. But there have been instances in your life and your thoughts take over, your mind takes over.
Yeah.
And you can be happy as you want to in your relationship.
Yeah,
but
I think
you're right. You're not around the people you love. You do feel lonely. You do.
Yeah, and I also think loneliness doesn't necessarily pertain to whether or not you're alone or not. Like it's a feeling. It's not really a situation. You can feel super alone in a crowd of people. I think it's about feeling understood.
I like that. Good way to put it there. Well, I know Rick's tuning in, so British. I love BC. Never been there fully. I've been pretty close to it, so that's one of those areas I want to get over there to British Columbia. I took the highway to Alaska. I heard it's beautiful out there too. So
It is. It's gorgeous.
I
love Ontario, but there's no mountains here, so
yeah, it's mountainous all west over there. Edmonton, Alberta, and Grand Prairie, and I just love all the beautiful town that Canada is out there too. Well, I'd say let's have you perform another off-the-record marathon. What do you say we do? I want to get better now. How about that?
Love to, but then I'll make sure my mic doesn't go flying this time.
It's all yours. Here we go.
Hi, everybody. This one's called "I Want to Get Better Now," and it's the happy song on the EP besides Marathon. I was afraid I was gonna drown. I don't feel at home in my own hometown. Stuck in this can someone get me out? 6 feet underground. I got strung up in the fire. Flames grow higher, but you can't burn me down. I felt the weight on my shoulders, hold me over, but I wanna get better now. I wanna get better now. Broke down and cried on this side of the road. I'm covered in ashes, I'm lost in the smoke, but I wanna turn these ashes to gold. Light me up, put me under the pressure, yeah, you know I'll hold. I got strung up in the fire, flames grow higher, but you can't burn me down. I felt the weight on my shoulders, hold me over, but I wanna get better now. I wanna get better now. I think I wanna get, yeah, I think I wanna get. I think I wanna get better now. 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 Oh, I got strung up in the fire. Flames grow higher, but you can't burn me down. I felt the weight on my shoulders, hold me over, but I wanna get better now. I think 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 I wanna get better now. I wanna get better.
I'm going to play a little Ryan Seacrest on you here too, by the way, because I think this is kind of fun too. If you ever get into American Idol, and I've had some of those great musicians come off that show, you would kill the competition. If you, whatever you're, I'm just saying, if you ever do one of those reality shows, contact me.
I appreciate it.
You guys have vocals that just, the record is so good, guys. Go check it out.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It is one of the best EPs. I put my endorsement behind it. I'll say anything she wants me to say about this record to the truth. I speak the truth. Like I said, put my hand on the Bible, whatever I got to do. this is the real thing out there. Marathon, SophiaFracassi.com, and of course, you guys can go check out the record across all the digital platforms. Just the runs that you do, the vocals, everything is
Wow, thank you so much.
so fantastic. So if you ever get one of those America's Got Talent, which I've had a couple of guys do that, and some idol stuff, whatever, then keep me posted because I think you'd blow the competition away, no doubt.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. I'll go on there and I'll say, well, Brandon Ross said that I would win, so.
Have you ever done or tried out for any of those type of competitions or thought about it?
No, I did. I thought about it a lot when I was younger. I just never really had the chance to. But I'll keep it in mind now that you've recommended it.
I give a lot of endorsements here, and as a media outlet, we're asked to critique a lot of albums. But man, there's times when I just can't turn stuff off, and when you go through this one, all 6 songs on an EP, you just keep playing them and playing them.
That means so much. That's the stuff I need to hear. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
We'll take one final time out. I want to come back and talk about I Lied, which is another great song on there. And, of course, But I Do. We're going to break down a couple more tracks, get into rapid fire. We'll find out if she's a hockey fan. And, of course, I know people of football, a little bit of Canadian Football League. We'll find out her favorite team. More with Sophia Fracassi out there in the Backstage Pass, of course. And coming back here, don't forget, in a couple of weeks, the great Megan Patrick coming here on the show out there. She's hot right now, as any country star is out there in the country music industry. Coming right back here, it is the Backstage Pass live on the YouTube channel and at the sportsguyspodcast.com, and definitely a lot more to come with Sophia. Hang tight.
The Bangtail Pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And speaking of Kirsty Krause, she'll be back with me coming up next week. Monday, Chris Cagle on the show. And then Friday, Kirsty, I should say, not Christy. I always get that wrong. Kirsty, like thirsty. Kirsty will get to come on the show here and promote her latest album, Yes You Can, which is out there across all the digital platforms. So Kirsty Krause Monday with Chris Cagle, and next Friday, September 2nd at 4 o'clock here on the Backstage Pass. You get to interview my own co-host. So that's pretty cool here on the show. That's a lot of fun there. We get to do too. We got to hang out in Nashville at Country Radio Seminar this past year, too. So she showed me around a few eating spots out there. So let me dive into it real quick, because a lot of great things on this album, too, that we talked about. A lot of great songs. Give me the backstory of I Lied, because there's another one of those that takes you through a number of different black holes and then pulls you in, comes out. It's just another great song.
That's a great way to describe it. Yeah, I Lied is about emotional honesty. So, or like a lack of, and then and then coming back to it, and it is completely, like almost completely word for word pulled from my own life. I went through a period of time where I was really struggling, and I wasn't admitting to anybody how I felt. And I think a lot of us can default to that, thinking my problems don't matter, it's fine, just suck it up, keep going. And I always encourage everyone to be courageous and brave, but there is a certain point where you need to talk to people and get support. So, that's what I wrote it about, was kind of coming to terms with the fact that I had shoved down a lot of emotions, and needed to, what do I say? You can't heal what you don't reveal. So it's bringing everything out so that you can feel better again. Get better now.
That's one of the way I felt, was into a black hole. We've all been there, and then come out better on the other side too. Which is
absolutely.
Talk to somebody. Get that help you need. Go seek it out.
Absolutely.
Whether it be family, friends, or I guess therapy works for some out there.
Yeah.
And then you guys went into But I Do, which was more of that kind of open, or at least it made me feel like, take that breath of fresh air, and you inhale, exhale, and you kind of feel a little bit more accepted there, I guess, in a way. And I
Yeah.
hope I'm saying that right or describing that
No,
song correctly.
100%. It's kind of like, and the reason that we released them almost like they're like sister singles a little bit, so we put them out like pretty close together, and then we connected the visualizers for both of them into like one, as if it's kind of in one day. It's to tell the story of like, I lied is sort of like the moment of honesty, of admitting. And but I do is like the aftermath of actually allowing yourself to feel things regardless of whether or not you want to. And that's like hence the lyric, I don't want to feel it, but I do.
But I do.
Okay.
I'm getting these right today, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm impressed. I've had people give me some interesting explanations before, trust me.
Well, I take the time to listen to the stuff and do the homework on the show.
I appreciate that. That's wonderful.
There's that deep, dark emotion. There's that coming out where it's that exhale, like, man, she's been through this, and now we're going to come out better than we actually started with it too. So and then you understand marathon, and I want to get better now, which is kind of like at the end of a great roller coaster ride that starts at the beginning and then ends with one, I want to get better now.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some rapid fire and get better with some of these things. Is there a favorite NHL hockey team, sports team in Canada, the States? Is there a pay attention to, or football team, CFL?
I think I have to represent local. So I would say, as far as like, so for like hockey, I'm like Toronto Maple Leafs.
Okay.
Football, like Toronto Argos, like gotta keep it in the local, keep it in the family. And I am a music person, and so I'm out of my element on a sports podcast.
It's all good. I went to my first CFL game, 2017. They were known as the Edmonton Eskimos at Commonwealth Stadium, and got to see them play 50-yard line seats. My buddy got some great seats right there on the midfield, wow. And we were drinking, having a good time. I'll admit it, and definitely just enjoying the different rules. So I have, as a sports fan who does high school games and watches pro stuff, watches film, ex-coaching me, appreciation for the Canadian rules, which are totally different than some of the rules we have here in the States.
That's one thing I know about sports.
Which is good. Well, I like to tie the two and two together. Sports, music, two of my favorite things. What kind of
stuff? It's entertainment. It's all exciting. It's all a good entertainment to watch. Yeah.
All right. When you're having that craving, whether it be you cooking or a takeout dish, what's a favorite? What have you gotten into lately?
Oh my goodness. It depends on the mood, but I have been in a like Greek Middle Eastern food phase. So like shawarma, like gyros, like all of that kind of stuff. I don't know why, just with like some garlic sauce, tzatziki, hummus, all that good stuff. That's where I've been at. That's my comfort food right now.
That sounds good to me. I was actually what we did for dinner. I'm like, it's just there's a little Greek place around the corner here, and I'm like, I might just have to go to Elsa's free pub there. She's good out there.
I've got my favorite local in town. I'm there frequently.
Which is a good thing, no doubt. All right, let's say hypothetically, Sophia Fracassi wins one of the big lotteries in Canada tomorrow, scratch off. So I forget there's one who's playing in Canada up there where you can actually win some real money if you knew what the hell you were doing on the scratch off. What's the first thing you would do with the money with Sophia Fracassi? What would you do? Go on tour?
Whoa. Yeah. I guess if I was using it towards back into my business as a musician, I would try and get this show on the road, literally and figuratively.
Well, I know it wouldn't take long to sell tickets at a show, so you can SophiaFracassi.com or the Backstage Pass endorsement, and then .com this, and we'll put tickets there or whatever we got to do.
Wow, amazing! Thank you.
The lottery will sell out some shows out there too. All right, other hobbies away from music that people may not know.
Yeah, I love cooking, and like gardening. So like the two together. Like, so I grow everything, and then I love using that in my cooking. That's kind of like something that calms me down, because in the music business and just in life in general, everything's kind of a bit of a whirlwind. Everything's very fast paced, and it's nice to have something to do where you can just like get in your zone and just do it as much as music, and that is peaceful for me creating it. it's nice to have something else that you just take your mind off everything and eat. If I can eat, I'm good.
It's like most people out there. You can eat good, no doubt.
Yeah.
Biggest challenges that you face as a female artist in this industry, what are they?
I mean, I haven't been in the industry for very long, so I think there's probably a lot of situations that I will encounter. As far as right now, I think it's saturated market, and that's wonderful. It means there's lots of creative people out there doing what they love, which is great, and I'm all for that. I think it is just, and so maybe it's not pertaining to being female, but also it's just hard to carve out your spot and figure out, what do people actually like me for? That's definitely been a learning experience over the past year and a bit.
I like that too, and the way you put that so just really just upfront, honest is just the way your music is, and I think that's really cool. Is that you're kind of ready to? It's like a hunter with a gun in the woods going deer hunting. I used to the hunting analogy. It's like that deer's going to come around. I got to get up early in the morning, but I'll get in that blind before it gets daylight.
Right.
And when shooting, because I'll be ready for that situation, ready to take that shot when I have to. So that's really really cool how you put that.
Exactly.
Analogy, no doubt. So I tell you, the music is authentic as anybody we've had here on the show. We've had you before. It's always good to reconnect and get you back, folks. Y'all check out Marathon across all the digital platforms, and then check out the website, sophiafracassi.com for tour information. I'm sure there's probably merch there too, as they're all for artists, all artist websites out there. Sophia, appreciate the time and looking forward to connecting again when the new music is out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to keep everyone updated because it's on the way. It's in the works.
Please do. We appreciate you being a part of this and looking forward to connecting again here. Don't forget, a number of shows the rest of this week. High school football begins this Friday, CajunCountryRadio.com. And then, of course, next week, the great Chris Cagle and Andy Griggs will stop by. We'll talk more about our big show September 3rd at Pedrati's Ranch. We're giving away some tickets out there. Night Under the Stars, having a good time with our partners at FullCircleMomentsLLC.com and TicketBud.com. You can get tickets there too as well. We'll see you guys next week on the Backstage Pass. Don't forget, Megan Patrick coming up here in just a couple of weeks here on the show. Also, the legend Lacey J. Dalton is going to stop by here on the show too as well. They're a great songwriter. Her days back in the 70s and 80s. We'll talk to you guys soon here. Have a great night and tune in CajunCountryRadio.com this Friday for some great high school football action. We'll see you soon.